Hey yo, how you doing? Really and teach, ready to preach. Teach daddy, how are you?
Oh, another Monday, another podcast, another day, some more caffeine.
Yes, which I've actually been very excited to talk about this flavor for a bit. Now this is cracked open because there's two people in my house that have cut down caffeine, but they wanted to try it and they said it looks very great for the winter because it is icy blue, and I agree. You know, as on TikTok they say it's very demure, or
Ah,
however the hell you say it, but
very demure, very mindful,
it's a
very.
French word. Yeah, I'm not going there. I'm gonna sit myself out on that one. I'm not a Insta chick, so I'm sitting that one out, respectively, of course. But I got a small glass here just for color purposes because I expect this to be a nice color.
I would hope so.
So
But
before we
firstly, a big shout out to our mod, Mr. Ty, for hooking us up with this can and many others we will have on the show over the next couple weeks. And a big thank you to Mr. Ty for also hooking me up with this shirt as it is October. So I do National Breast Cancer Awareness Month and raise and do a charity called the Mammo Gamers.
Yep,
Fourth year in a
to
row.
be honest, yeah, man, I'm gonna like I said, I'm waiting for things to come up with there, and you had a great show while I was in it. And also, shout out to Glitch because they donate a couple of gift cards to participants too. 10 gift cards for $10 a pop. So that means after code, right? That's basically what, like almost a quarter or a third of a tub?
I say they
Think
originally
about it,
gave me
20% off with
10.
your, you could use a code along with it, right?
They gave me
So
10
that's
$10 gift cards to give away, and I decided to do it every $100 milestone. But the team knocked it out of the park within like the first 7 days already. We're at like 1,800, so I gave all the 10 gift cards away, and they do stack with the code teach, and every use of code teach this month does go to charity at the end of it. But the other thing that they also did weren't kind enough is that whoever has the biggest D, and by D I mean donation at the end of the month, will get $100 gift card as well.
wow, that's crazy. So to say the least, so Bry, I know you're missing out on this one. Obviously my Yankees are facing his Royals, so that's gonna be
Mm,
an interesting one.
mm.
You can see the tension between me and him, but it's actually been a civil battle to say the least. But yes, thank you to Glitch it, but really 20% off a tub, and then after the $10 code that covers the shipping right there and a couple bucks off. That's pretty damn good if you think about it.
And you're
Pretty
doing it for
nice
the
on
booba.
them. Yes. So, I mean, it's nice because I've had a lot to think about as far as the week has gone in, particularly since I've been in the shipping department lately, where it's been a little bit quiet. And, I've been thinking about a lot of things like people think Apex is dead because the tournament fees have gotten outrageous and people are just not playing it anymore as for protest purposes, because that's what it's really come down to. And some people are saying Apex is dying. No, it's not dying. People are protesting. And we just recently had, other orgs pull out of Apex and release their Apex streamers and everything else because why? It's a free game and this shit's getting too damn expensive. Like, oh, crazy. It's been hard to be on Twitter lately, to say the least, outside the sports feed.
Yeah, but what about the caffeine feed?
The caffeine feed has always been good. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff we've had to get into. But to say the least, let's try this first because this will probably be the highlight of our night, potentially. And to be honest with everybody, there was another topic right after we were done streaming last week on Monday. Going into Twitter, there's a certain topic from a certain company, and a certain CEO was going into emails and trying to do a survey and try to half-ass it. We will not. We'll get into that later, maybe. And worst case scenario, if we run out of time because we are short on time tonight, we'll figure it out. But Teach, you ready for
Oh,
this guy?
smells real good. And then let me remind the audience that in this
Oh,
can,
bro, what?
In this can, there are 160 calories, 125 milligrams of sodium, 38 grams of sugar, added sugar, mind you, 40 grams of carbohydrates. Red Bull's formula is not too hot anymore, in my opinion. It's a lot of sugar.
Well, okay, so I'm just going to put it in this regard. So if you go by the two biggest energy drinks in the world, it's Red Bull and Monster.
Mm-hmm.
You take, let's just go the regular formula. Take the 16-ounce Red Bull, compare it to the 16-ounce Monster. Red Bull's still going to have less sugar in it, and it's going to have less bullshit in it. Because I'm looking on the back here, right? I'm not seeing sugar on top of, okay, we got glucose in here. Okay. But I don't see 3 added artificial sweeteners on top of 70 grams of sugar. So this right here has, I want to say, 60% of the sugar of one regular Monster.
And this can is only 114 milligrams of caffeine as a 12 fluid ounce can. Oh, listen to the sound of that pour.
That's a great fucking color. Dude, look at this beauty. You look at this and tell me that this ain't beautiful. This looks like it needs to go in a bare glass. Okay, so hold on. I'm not sure how well you can sniff this in the can, but does it smell like a gummy bear or some sort of candy?
It definitely does. Yeah. And the weirdest way of saying this, and it sounds very weird to describe it as such, but it gives me like it's what my mind's going back to. Is it reminds me like of a mixed berry yogurt.
Honestly, I'm getting like,
Oh wait, you know what? It's reminding me of like cotton candy Go-Gurt. There we go.
so hear me out. Because I was just about to say that. It's like 1/3 gummy bear, 1/3 popsicle, 1/3 cotton candy. So cotton candy, gummy bear, and popsicle. All right. Let's see how this baby tastes.
Iced vanilla berry.
Yeah, man. Wow, man, the way this is tasting, we got to have this be icy blue edition. There's blue edition, there's sea blue edition. Let's make this as icy blue edition because this is good.
I
This
I
is
won't
very
lie.
good.
I'm pleasantly surprised. Now it has that signature Red Bull taste to it. Of course, it's very Red Bull-y, but it definitely has a little bit of a vanilla, a little bit of a berry, and I think that the vanilla mixed with the berries reminded me of that like cotton candy yogurt.
That's probably it. So maybe instead of cotton candy, maybe it's that vanilla, but it's like vanilla. I understand why they're trying to say vanilla gummy bear because this is honestly tasty.
I like this a lot. I won't lie for it being a Red Bull, and typically I don't drink Red Bulls, but out of a lot of the Red Bull flavors out there, I think they did well, and especially out of the new flavors that Red Bull has done over the past couple of years. And I'm getting a little bit risque, even with like the old cinnamon flavor. I think they did well with this one.
So if I were to rank them, like the top 3 that they have, and I wish I could rank cranberry, but that's rest in peace, unfortunately. Um, if I had to say a top 5, I'd probably go with this, Juneberry, blueberry, probably the watermelon, and then
I can't think of many that I would thoroughly enjoy, but if I had to, it would be blueberry first, and then the second.
coconut berry.
No, no.
I know you're not a coconut guy, so by default you're gonna say that. But honestly, man, all these berry flavors, they just hit. I don't know how they do it. They just hit the best berry flavors. I was expecting I wasn't sure. Like I wasn't sure it's like are you going to do the cooling effect like how they do it in Ice Shatter? Were they going to do some sort of like menthol tasting something? I didn't know. The flavor changed so much. I've been waiting patiently, and thank goodness this flavor was worth the wait. This is not my flavor of the year, but it's up there.
So I will admit I was very skeptical about how they would do the vanilla, and they did it very well.
If it's cotton candy vanilla, then whoo boy,
They
cannot complain.
I'm pleasantly surprised. Red Bull did well with this, and most time when the Red Bull comes out with these new flavors, I haven't been too pleased or thoroughly impressed. Especially with the last one, what was it, strawberry apricot or whatnot? Didn't do it for me whatsoever.
The strawberry apricot, if you remember me correctly, I said that. Remember how they came up with the sugar-free version?
Mm-hmm.
It's a much better version, and you need to try that for sample size because instead of the I don't know, you're gonna say it works. Mind you, I think the regular watermelon's better than the sugar-free watermelon, in my opinion.
Sure.
But as far as the sugar-free strawberry apricot, that compared to the other, give me the sugar-free.
I say we got this thankfully get into our mod Ty, our great friend Ty. He sent this out to us. Along with he did get us as well the 2 new Rise flavors, and then he also sent some C4, which I will try it on the show, and I will do it for the viewers.
So hold up. Here's one of them. The fact that we got I don't got a fridge space at the moment, but here's one of them. This one you failed to try so far, but the other one, remember how I said we were talking about flavor of the year? We might have to go can and powder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, which one is it? Oh yeah, you see this beauty right here? I'm gonna take this out of the plastic for you here, bud. I gotta tell you, you have memories about this, and you are going to be proven wrong, beta alanine aside, that this is definitely probably the best thing that they've made.
That's a bold claim.
Look how beautiful it is.
It's a bold move. That's a bold statement.
You ever watch Aqua Team Hunger Force?
Yep.
Look at him and tell me there's a God. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I'm saying it with my chest out. Yeah, bud.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is phenomenal. This is the best thing that C4 has ever made. And they've made a lot of good. They've made a lot of just okay. And they've made a lot of bullshit. This is the best thing C4 has made, in my opinion. The fact that even Ty was impressed that he said that, like, oh my goodness gracious.
I have not tried yet, but we will eventually try to get on the show here with the next upcoming weeks. But back to the routine of what Reliant had sent me. And for us, we were going to do 2, but Reliant told me to pick 1 this week. So we're going to do another First Form can.
Ooh.
And this week we
have there
Orange Sunrise.
You having just one, or are you grabbing a third?
No, I'll just do the 1 for now.
Just the 1? All right. I'm actually glad that you did this because I wanted your opinion on another certain one that I think might end up being drain bait.
The smell here is not great to me. It reminds me of like bad citrus stuff. A lot of things that are like bad orange citrus have this smell, in my opinion.
Orange is a tough flavor, and I think that's why people don't do it. We think it's so simple, but then when they fuck it up, it said, "Why'd you waste your time?" There's no in between, correct?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's either it's good and I like it and it does the job. There's never a, oh my God, I love it. I got to go out of my way for the orange. I don't know one guy that, unless you go back to the days of watching Kenan and Kel, no one's going out of their way for something that tastes like orange soda. For anyone that gets that reference, thank you. Seriously.
Tastes very watered down.
Must be a can inconsistency then.
Yeah, it tastes very watered down. Like there's an orange taste to it, but it tastes like a watered down orange.
Interesting. Because small sample size, but that was one of my favorites. That was my second favorite.
It doesn't give
Surprised.
me like an orange citrus that just like smacks me in the face. That's just like big boom power citrus. It's not overly orangey. It tastes very like this is gonna sound weird, but it's the only way I can think of like give an example of what I'm feeling for the taste. It'd be like if you took Sunny D and put it into a glass and filled half the glass with Sunny D and the other half with water.
Well, also, the one thing is that kinda had me level head a little bit is that one tub that I'm working through right now is from Glitch, it's Z-Toxin.
Yeah.
Blood orange, lot stronger. And I think it's pretty interesting because I found myself thinking, "Wow, what is this?" Like, I had no expectations, I thought it was just crap, I thought it was a sample size, and I wanted to try this before it was being sent out to you when, obviously, if I did not like it, I would not go out of my way and put it in the box because there's only so much space that's in there. It's like, it's not even worth, like, wrapping it up in the plastic wrap at that point. But to say the least, I actually didn't mind the orange. Now, do I like a blood orange better? Oh, absolutely. But for a regular orange energy drink, it's sad to say if you think about this, but that is one of the better ones they make.
For first worm or orange?
Orange.
Really?
Think about it. Who's
Uh,
making an orange right now?
I'd say the Ultra Sunrise is better personally.
Ultra Sunrise
Mm-hmm.
from what company?
Monster.
I thought that one was a little. I didn't like the aftertaste of that one.
To me, that just feels like it's full orange citrus punch you in the face. And again, it's not like this is bad. I don't think it's a bad orange. It just tastes like a very watered down orange. It'd be on my lower tier of like orange flavors out there, but
It's crazy because like when I think of like a first form, if I were to grab a one that's available, I would consider the orange. When I go into a gas station and I see the whole fridge that's just full of all Monster, I avoid the orange. I avoid the pinks, I avoid the purple, I avoid the orange. The mango, it's not as good as it used to be. Maybe that's just my thinking. But if I'm gonna grab a Monster, it's either one of the teas, Rio Punch, uh, the zero sugar blue. That's where I'm going with, personally.
I had to grab one. It's Ultra Zero, the best flavor.
Well, okay, once in a while I grab the white for nostalgia, but of course, but yeah, just of all like the cans of the rainbow, I'm avoiding majority of them, unfortunately.
So again, I don't think it's bad. So to review for such and tonight, the Red Bull solid 7.85. Very good. I'll 8. An 8 out of 10 to me. The first form Citra Sunrise, uh
I'm going 5 for this.
6.85. That's actually proper.
That's right. This is a 5 banger right here.
It's very good.
This is a 5 banger. So far, because we're gonna be getting into this, as episodes come down to Christmas time, we're gonna have to think of flavor of the year. Do you have anything for flavor of the year as far as, like, cans that stick out or any powders that stick out?
Powder of the year, I do.
Powder of the year, I do.
Same.
I think we're probably thinking the same thing.
Maybe.
I don't have the tub, it's up but outside in the garage where my work stuff is, but I think we kinda have an idea of what it is.
Yep.
It's definitely behind you in bulk.
Yeah.
Respectfully, of
Yep.
course.
Yeah, we're on the same train of thought there. Can wise, so ooh.
This is throwing its name into the hat.
I can see this for can of the year, possibly. Easily top 5 can of the year.
Yes, easily top 5. We also have to
1 second.
consider
You good? Go on.
the C4 Hawaiian Punch, I think, is in there, which he has yet to try, but that's a good thing. I'll go the first form yellow can, even though I don't think I'm not sure how new that is. New to me at least, but I have no idea if that just got released. Um hmm. Would Rio Punch be in here? Trying to think. Possibly? Not indubitably? If that makes any sense at all. I know in your back, Teach. I know you'd be handling
Sorry about that.
business.
I don't think was Real Punch this year.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember Real Punch. Isn't it Monster?
Yes.
I'm trying to even honestly remember all the flavors this year.
Um,
Real Punch, no for me. If I remember correctly, I wasn't huge on this.
the V2, the coming back of the Monster Green Tea.
Mm-mm.
Monster, what was it? The Peaches and Cream.
That's up there. That was very good.
I'm just kind of like drawing straws as far as like cans this year, but that melon Red Bull is not up there. Just simply, I'll be honest with you. I think I've only had that thing 3 times, and one of it was because of the show. Do you know anyone that's big on the recent spring edition of Red Bull? The one
Mm-mm.
that tastes like melon? The limish green can?
Mm-mm.
The Kelly green, whatever. Not Kelly green, but still, you know what I'm talking about. Um, damn, what else? The Rain Sour Worms is not up there. That was not great. I don't think G Fuel released a new can this year. Although my coworker, I gave him the Sonic Peach Rings can, and he said, "Where I get this? I've never heard of the brand. I've never seen this before." And he goes, "I don't know what the hell it is, but I know it's damn good." And I said, "You're welcome. All right, here we go, Timmy."
I have to honestly look through like even our videos from this year and try to be like, what do we review can wise?
There's been a decent amount. There's been a few Rise. I know the lemonade was last year.
There was Sour Green Punch. There was the Rise Con Candy. Rise Con Candy is up there.
Yes. The sour green apple, no. The cotton candy, yes.
Six months ago, we tried Monster Peaches and Cream.
Very true. Also, I'm praying for everybody out there that's caught in the storm. Just for the record, for those that don't know, because of the hurricane going through the vast majority of Florida, just remember when you are ordering goods that are from Florida, shipping might take a couple of days.
Or just be completely delayed. Because they're getting hit.
Not only are they getting hit, but I mean, now listen, I will care more about people's safety. Listen, I don't care if I don't get the tub until Christmas, as long as everybody's good. That's just how I am. I know how everyone has gotten spoiled by Amazon. I mean, it even hit me because over the weekend I bought a watch And I'm thinking to myself, when's this thing going to be shipped out to me? Like, when am I going to receive it? It said anywhere between the 9th and the 12th. And I'm like, I suppose. And hey, just remember, we found out yesterday, or I'm sorry, we found out last week about the port union being on strike. You remember that shit?
Yep, and the suspected hurricane right now is supposed to be Category 5. So they're gonna get
Yeah,
hit yet again.
yeah, Category 5 fucking hurricane out there. The union just got done being on strike like it was from a freaking Bon Jovi song. Like, come on. Shit's being hard right here. Classic election year. I'm dying over here, Teach. It's a crucifixion going down upon the U.S. at the moment. I'm dying here.
I'm trying to see if I can find what I would say is our big topic at hand.
If you go, oh, so are you referring to the emails?
Mm-hmm.
Go into it's our Twitter handle. Just scroll through our profile.
Did we retweet it?
I put it's been retweeted. So if you go on to profile and you look at our tweets, the stuff was retweeted Monday night. So it should be the 7-day mark. There's two. It's
Okay, I
so
see.
if you look in our feed, go below or repost from Rogue, then there's two posts. So, yes, everybody, it's finally been something that's been weighing on our head for roughly a week. And I love how, remember how we say that stuff usually happens right after we go off air or the next day? This was going on while we were on air, but we weren't on our phones looking through the feed, and a show can only go on for so long. But to say the least, now, mind you, I could talk about how bad esports is coming to, or Kurt Schilling bankrupt in Rhode Island because of a bad gaming company. From what we are told, this was the quote after Rogue Energy found out that some affiliates were leaving the company. This is from Rogue's Twitter handle. Quote, "Hi, everyone. We sent a customer feedback email asking for feedback on how to improve Rogue, and some have noted they didn't like the tone of replies, or personal outreach. We have noted it, and for it, we are truly sorry. We strive for feedback from customers at all times. We will take the comments here to heart and do better moving forward. We'll utilize only surveys in the future per this feedback. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, everyone. We appreciate it." So I want to comment on that. And that is personal touch. Now, to say the least, right? If you're most likely affiliated with Rogue, you're a streamer. And if you're a streamer, most likely there's a personal touch to you being on stream, right, Teach? You talk to your audience, new, old, been there since day one, been there for 20 seconds, whatever. You have a certain touch and you speak to the audience. So if somebody's going, ew, it was personal, you use my streamer name and you want to like be friends, it's like, it's called business. Don't be a baby about it. But I'm going to show this right here, and we're just going to have, this is just kind of bad. This is Zach, co-owner of Rogue Energy. I'm typing this personal email to you because I see you have placed 3+ orders of Rogue over the years, but haven't made a purchase in over a year. I'm striving for greatness, and I just want to simply ask why. Okay. Teach. Is that a wrong way to start an email?
I will also, as a disclaimer, they sent this out to multiple people, and it was pretty much copy pasted, all the same, mass email to many. So, unless he somehow was like copying everybody's email that he knew were only like smaller amount of orders, or just maybe mass emailed it, I don't know. I honestly have very mixed thoughts on this situation and what all went down. But
I
I
have
will say,
mixed emotions too. I see the good and the bad at the same time.
I will firstly say, at least starting from first paragraph and judging first paragraph thus far, that is not, I would say, the proper way to go about it. And I think, honestly, in my opinion, if somebody truly like, if somebody truly, I don't, it's so weird because it's such like a back and forth like seesaw effect. Because I don't see the proper reason to reach out, be like, oh, you've only made 3 orders. As long as they're supporting the brand and doing the right thing in a way, like, I don't know how much code usage this person gets. I don't know how much ROI this person has to them. I don't know how much, like, maybe they get a lot of code usages. Maybe they don't. Maybe they get a lot of code usage, but they don't buy a ton themselves because they don't need or use an absolute ton. Like,
Also,
it's so weird.
let's also keep in mind, here's a good example. Bizzo. Sometimes he'll use another affiliate or partner's code when he places an order. It's not all just his code, correct?
I
Because there's
mean,
sometimes where he promotes his code, but then he'll be like, "Hey, your flavor released. I'm gonna use your code to support you, and you rock."
to that degree,
Good,
yes, I
he's a
will
good
agree with
dude.
that.
He's a good dude. So if you're gonna go by code usage, I could understand because it's hard out there. Now I have no idea if this person's got 10 followers or 10,000 followers. I don't know. But if it goes down, the thing is that kind of gets about me that through just this one sample we have here is I understand if you're going by, you know, no matter whatever email is used, right? Like let's say it has like for example, if somebody uses my name, they say, "Hey AJ, how are you?" I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm really okay with that. So we're going by where it goes, "Hey Desiree." Okay, fine. It's instead of "this is Zach," and like it if it's supposed to have a personal touch, why does it feel like it was put together for a presentation?
Well,
If
not
you
even so much
stop
that.
buying their
If it's meant to be personal, why is it so copy pasted mass market?
that's what I'm saying. It's meant for a PowerPoint instead of a personal touch. Like if it was just like, "Hey Desiree, it's Zach from Rogue. I just wanted to reach out and do something that's like, hey, I'm reaching out and hoping you're well." So instead of finding out like how much they've ordered how much they've bought or how much their code has been used, take that equation out of it because no matter what, it does not cost either person. Like if there's some sort of paid thing where it's just like, hey, if Rogue is sending them free product for whatever reason, right? They have a reason to say how come your code's not being used. But this is strictly commission. That's what it is.
So I want to know subjectively 100%. It's not 100% explicitly said between both images shown and even some of the other people who have said or have posted their side of it. But the biggest thing I need to know at the end of the day is Zach directly talking to the person to the degree of you personally, like, hey, sure, you have a bunch of code usages, people out there using your code, you're, you know, great partner, great affiliate, etc. But is it more like the code usage in total in general, or is it more just them directly? Like, hey, you yourself have only made less 3 or less. How come? I want to know the more in depth, even if we're not supposed to know that, because I think that also does play a role.
So the way that I would go about this, right? Like let's say I got as we called it before in an episode that nobody got, the keys to the kingdom. Let's say we own Rogue for a day, whatever the case may be. My email would start, "Hey, now that's if we're doing this. I'm not sure if this was right or wrong. I think it's technically both. But we're going to start out with something of like, "Hey, it's AJ from Rogue. I hope everything is doing good." Like instead of sounding generic and getting right to business, this is not a giant office meeting. This is reaching out. This is person to person here. So I would try to, at least give like a decent regard, like, how are you doing? Or I hope everything's well. That's just me being polite. That's how I write my stuff out. That's just, courtesy. That's how at least I was taught in my career development class in high school at the moment.
The
But
thing is here, though, is he says he's typing this as a personal email in the first paragraph, and more people post his email as well with the same copy and paste. So clearly, it's
correct.
not
So
as
again,
personal.
the whole personal touch, he lost credibility by saying it personal touch. If it was personal touch, it needs to be done 1 to 2. It seems like this was done by AI. Whatever the case may be, I understand it takes a lot of work going individually, but whatever the case may be, instead of have you stopped consuming our products, I would say, do you still use our products? And again, not have you stopped, it is, do you still enjoy our products?
I'll say for the transparency of the second paragraph, have you stopped consuming energy drink, hydration, and relaxation beverages slash supplements? Did you fall out of love with us for some reason? And if so, why? Did another brand win you over? Who and why? Did you have a bad experience with us? Is money tight? Do you intend to purchase soon, but just haven't gotten around to it yet? I authentically want Rogue to be the greatest company possible, and I love collecting feedback like this one on one to try to learn how this brand can reach its greatest potential and how we can continue to thrill our consumers and fans. I hope to hear some feedback from you. And quickly, just to mention too, Zach, if you ever are listening to this, funny enough, and you would like to come on to the Caffeinated podcast to present yourself, Rogue, and talk more about this, or even in general, we would love to have you on the show.
Not for nothing, but I mean, maybe I'm taking this a little too personally, and please let me know if I'm online on that. But when he says, is money tight in there? My first response is, yeah, no shit.
I mean,
Dude.
I definitely see where you're coming from to that aspect to it. The weird thing that I find even weirder and funnier to ask and almost seems out of line is the part of the did another brand win you over? Who and why? Like, if that's any of his business and or reason.
So is that you know, I'm pretty sure me and you are reading in between the lines on that one,
Mm-hmm.
right? We won't say name our brands or names, but we certainly have thought about that.
Now there is a
We
reply
don't want we
email.
want healthy competition, because I'll be straight up with you. If the kiwi strawberry was good, the V1 formula. So a big controversial thing about Rogue is, do you know that they're having V1 and V2 formulas both stay at the same time?
They are, and they mention the reason why is because it's a different formula for different kind of consumers.
Yes. Now, credit to them where it's due by doing that, because some people said, who cares? It's an energy drink. They're not supposed to be good for you. Some do not like maltodextrin, and that's fine if you're one of those people.
Some people
That's
are
just
also
it.
sensitive
It's
to it.
fine. Yes, exactly. So whether if it's V1 or V2, me personally, so far I think the V1 has been a little bit better. I look at the label, I prefer the V1. Now again, I think dye should be taken out of both. I'm not a maltodextrin guy, but it is what it is sometimes. Yeah.
Now to go on with this, Desiree / Hey Slushy replies, and she says, "Hi Zach, I feel I shouldn't have to explain myself to you, but I will anyways. I've been struggling financially for some time now, and my community was not interested in purchasing Rogue, so the expense was not something I was able to justify. I had plans to use and promote Rogue once I was able, but after receiving this email, I'm no longer interested in doing so and would like to be removed from the partner program. Thank you, Desiree Slushy." To which Zach replies, "You certainly don't have to explain yourself to me. I just seek feedback so we can always be improving and delivering high value. I couldn't agree more. Inflation is hitting us all aggressively. Oh no, this personal email turned you off? I'm sorry." Which let me just hold on. Hold up. Who here watches South Park and has seen the episode of South Park with the BP incident, the oil spill, the big BP oil spill, and how they created that episode in South Park? Who knows the reference I'm getting at? This literally sounds like Zach going, "Oh, you don't like how financially this world is, and all the et cetera, yada yada. Oh, well, just we're sorry. I'm sorry." Like, I understand he's trying to present these as personal emails, and even if he does,
dude, like,
if he has genuine, like, I want
Zach.
to see the good in people, and I want to see that he has genuine good intent of being like he wants to improve his product, he wants to improve his brand. I understand him wanting feedback, but firstly, one, this is my opinion, not how you go about it, and you're also again trying to present this as a personal email, which one copy pasted doesn't seem presented as caring, right? Am I off on something here?
No, just again, the second paragraph is saying inflation has hidden us all. If you weren't prepared, I'm pretty sure that at least half of them, right? Now, again, we're not some of these big streamers that don't do laundry, they throw their clothes out or they give it away after they're done wearing it because they don't want to do laundry. There's some streamers that are big time and they DoorDash every single freaking meal, for crying out loud. But to say the least, right? Unless you're one of those big timers, I think all of us that stream or do content creating or just have a regular 9 to 5 job, I think all of us are down or lucked up to a point. You're trying to talk about inflation in your email. And when somebody says, dude, I'm hit hard, you go, oh, we're all suffering it. That is the most stereotypical CEO answer I've ever heard of. So I'll just remember this, right? I was working in retail at one point. The store regional manager, he was the regional manager of a couple stores located in Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. His name was Steve. I don't remember his last name, but Steve, no matter what, you're not going to find him. He has a decent BMW and a decent Mercedes. Both his and his wife drive something else. So when he pulls up, and then when he wants to give a pep talk to the employees that are making close to minimum wage and wants to talk about economy, do you have any idea how many times we all looked around, looked at him, being like, "Oh yeah, you want to talk about economy with the BMW just pulled in, you fucking asshole"? You have any idea, like, the thing that drives, like, the anger that flowed in me? I almost lost my job. I was royally pissed.
I will
I
put it.
was 22, 23 years old at the time. When you are a CEO and you ask the thing about inflation and you just simply go, "Oh, we're all feeling it right now." Don't ask it. Don't be a dick.
I will put it best this way. Okay. Firstly, if it's supposed to be a personal email, don't copy and paste it to many. If it's supposed to be personal, honestly, I would go as far as say don't even do it as an email. Reach out to them directly, Discord directly, because then it's going to seem more personable. And even asking for the whole sales aspect
Twitter
is
DM.
bullshit. Even Twitter. But I would say this from my personal experience. Like, let me use this in a hypothetical situation with me to Glitch. If I was truly struggling or truly something was going on, Glitch wouldn't reach out to me going, "Hey, Teach, how come you've only made 3 or less sales this, or 3 or less like purchases with us this year?" They'd reach out and be going, "Hey, how are you doing? How is life? What is going on? Is there anything you need help with? Can we help you with? Are you like?" They would make it personal about me as the person rather than the amount of purchases I have made this year. And I think that's also the better way to go about it. If he's looking for genuine feedback on the product, ask about genuine feedback on the product. Don't equate it to the amount of purchase somebody makes, especially a partner, in my opinion. Because like there are people out there I know of that like do drink caffeine, but they don't also like maybe are a caffeine fiend like me. Maybe they go through a tub like maybe once a month, once and a half. Like some people I know are even caffeine sensitive, and so they'll do half a scoop instead of a full. Like everybody's different. I think portraying it to
Hey, Teach, check this for a sec. Just because I want to put my foot in my mouth there.
You'd have to go more in depth, but
You understand what I mean by that, right?
sure. But it just feels like in this way it doesn't
I'm just saying with your company versus another company, the memes confused. Yeah.
difference. That's different. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, that's different to what I'm
Well,
talking about.
I'm just saying I have no idea if they reached out to you or anything like that regarding the fact.
I'm not sure, but so there
And,
is no
and
train of thought.
my bad, brain fart. But
No, you're good.
yeah, so if you're, you want to pull up the other, you want to pull up the other one?
Let's see. Was it a part of this one?
No, just check on,
You're talking
not
this
just
one?
check. I forgot which one it was, but I know it was on our page. I retweeted two. I forgot which ones they look like. Let me take a look.
This was the other main one, if I do recall.
Let's go back those couple of days.
Because this one was also on the same tweet thread.
Yes, yes. Because we got Slushy and then we got, oh, yep. Sorry.
So for this one, it's a bit of a similar scenario where this person is also saying they got the same response, the same kind of email. And then once that person has replied, Zach then replied to them, I hate to admit, I think you are taking my attempts at a personal one-on-one above and beyond type of approach to our consumers as a demand for an explanation. It's certainly not that. I think most companies wouldn't take the time to receive honest one-to-one feedback from their consumers and would rather treat them as a number. If this email wasn't your cup of tea, I appreciate that. I can appreciate that and have Britt remove the account, but I think the initial email was taken wrong, to be honest. Thanks. Thank you.
So it kind of gets me there, and I kind of feel the radiating just.
The
I
biggest
don't, wa-
issue is that like
I don't
he
want to
keeps
say defeat, but I just feel so bad for her because I could only dream of what she's going through.
the
I can
fact that
only
he
dream.
continues to say these are personal one-on-one emails when in my opinion we now know they aren't after multiple people has screenshot and posted the mass reply email, the copy and paste the thing. It's clearly not one-to-one because all he's caring about to that extent is like, hey, you made your less purchases, what's some feedback we can get further.
Hey,
If you make
hey,
it one-to-one actual personal human talk communication and then genuinely ask for feedback.
hey, wait a minute. Could you scroll down to where it says on the bottom right there? So I know Black Fox just came. Ayo! Yeah, man. All right, we're good, Teach. Whoo, boy. Hey, the fact that Black Fox is, getting some vouchers and such, and I mean, hey, we hear good things about Glitch. We hear good from the PR department.
But the root of it is that like I want to. I'm somebody that wants to see the good in everybody, so I want to genuinely believe Zach has good intentions with that. Like he wanted to have a good intent, but it just does not seem portrayed that way. It's a very lackluster one-to-one communication. It's a mass email copy and paste reply. It doesn't seem sincere. It doesn't seem genuine. You need to start breaking it up and going to like one-to-one of like, hey, firstly, can we get your feedback on our products? And two, how are you? How are you the partner? We want to care about you, especially because if you remember in the second example, he says, we're not trying to treat you as just a number. So if that is the case, then why aren't you trying to reach out and make a genuine one-to-one human connection communication? It in a way, it still feels like you're treating them as a number because you're only caring to reach out if it's a 3 or less sales.
So the sales number, again, it's just different because I could understand that, for instance, she's not, I don't think she's a VTuber, but maybe there's somebody that I follow on my personal YouTube that just got a code for Advanced GG. And someone in their comments goes, yeah, sorry, but these drinks aren't good for you. And honestly, that's fine. you're going to get products that people aren't going to like that you still use for advertisement. Like, for example, look at all the meal companies out there that want people use their codes, and it's just like, hey, if you use their code, you got a discount for your first month, and then it's regular for everything else. Same thing with games like League of Legends. Hey, go to League of Legends and play up to level 15 so you get compensated, and here's the character for this month you get free. Like, there's always going to be crappy products out there that the streamer or the content creator will advertise that he or she may like that you have no business trying. It just is what it is, and I feel like they have to go with there. Now, again, I'm half and half on Zach. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do. But at the same time, I think that there's sometimes where, and maybe this is because I watch a ton of these shows where how people just need a fire under their ass, or some people just need another set of eyes, or somebody just to drop the hammer onto them and say, "What the hell are you doing?" Kitchen Nightmares, Bar Rescue,
Sure,
Undercover
sure,
Boss.
sure.
Again, there's some times where even our Undercover Boss, they say in the intro that they're CEOs that are busy counting their dollars instead of making the good changes to the company. And this could be everything from uniform policy to, oh my God, I can't believe we have that on the menu, to this guy needs to be fired because he's out of his mind. I saw one thing on YouTube where this guy has contracts with all these draft beers. He's doing tall boy specials from non-vendors.
Anything else to wrap up
Great,
tonight,
great for a
Mr. Riley?
franchise, right? I think we need to. I don't know. Should we do a Twitter DM or should we stick with the emails?
I say stick with the emails. Let Zach reach out to
Something.
our email. It is in our Twitter bio.
I don't know. I feel like we should make the move because I'm gonna try and figure out the best way to get in touch with him, because I feel like there could be a redemption arc here. And again, I know that we've talked to a few CEOs on this program. I know that there has been good, there's been bad, there's been ugly. There's one guy that's not even around anymore because he's retired, and our brand that went under. But let's not be drama alert and Dextero and actually do the positives. I think that's going to be our next objective outside of Teach trying a couple new products to go for. That's going to be nice. The next couple of weeks, trying some new things. The fact that we got our mod actually having him try some C4. And he is as happy as his taxes being due.
Mm-hmm.
You got the rent. Nah, it's the 10th. Come on, I need it. He's as happy as a landlord with a drug problem.
But at that note,
on that
episode
note,
131.
Episode 131. Thank you for being around, everybody. Also, we just got note that the Coke delivery trucks, the Coca-Cola delivery trucks, are dropping off now the Monster Vice Guava. So that we will be looking around for, and that also will be added to the list onto the cards as well. We'll mix and match everything we got in total, including the first forms that Teach has. Technically, we have 8 things to try right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if we add that Monster Guava, that would be 9. Plenty of stuff to go over. But to say the least, everybody, if you find this, give it a shot. And If there's anything that we've missed as far as new cans out there on the market that are US and we could buy them singular, supplement store, gas station, GNC, whatever, please feel free to let us know. On top of that, both of us have some plans tonight. Everybody, we love you. Thank you for sticking around. Hope to see you for 132. Drink your freaking water. Work hard. Nap hard. Tell your loved ones you love them. And stay caffeinated. We'll see you around. Take it easy.